Greetings, Earthlings. Podcast number 3. Sorry for the gap in transmission. I had to scoot down to my hometown of Hobart in the beautiful Tasmania and place my loving father's ashes with his darling mum and his uncle in a little town called Sandfly. Catch up with some lovely cousins, some dear friends, my dad's best mate Ross. Quite a few people arrived. It was very special. And I spent a good week down there with my mate Simon. Hey Si. He's such a lovely fella. I met when I was 17 or 18. Sold me my first car. He's still selling cars. I'm going to do some podcasts from Hobart soon. We're going to take all of this gear, which is remote, down there and crack out a few podcasts, show you a bit of the Tassie state because it's such a beautiful place. Anyway, I'm back in town, back in the studio. I've been here for 2 days with my good mate Chris. Been working very hard for the last 2 or 3 days on training our AI bots up, as I promised we would. We've almost got our legalese bot ready to go. We're going to call her Law and Order. And I think we've got 2,000 pages now of knowledge base locked in, and she's operating very nicely. I ran a test scoot with her yesterday, I think, and popped in a few questions. She put a statement of claim together for me, a writ of execution, drafted a couple of very profound affidavits on simple commands and a couple of update edit prompts within, I reckon, 4 minutes. From experience, if I went to a good quality lawyer, hit him up for some action, paid the standard trust deposit that you have to slap into an account to get the attention of a good lawyer, which is usually 5 or 10k, and then briefed him with a fraction of the data that I was able to pop into Law and Order, and then he produced the documents that I was able to produce yesterday. I reckon I would have spent 25, maybe 30 grand. So you'll be very happy to know that I think about another 2 weeks I'll launch this Law and Order bot onto our website, which is coming along nicely, just quietly. The dear Mark Parsons from Digital Catalyst has been working frantically on that department. We're doing a lot of things all at the same time here, so I probably shouldn't have even started casting until I had some more of this stuff done, but you know me, I can't hold back. I just go. I always jump in the deep end and kick. Yeah, so I'm back from Tassie. I'm well rested. I've thoroughly enjoyed being out of the meat grinder for a week, and I will be going back on a regular basis because it's simply good for me. And I can do most of what I do from anywhere, which is great. Yeah, so as I said, got back from Tassie and was notified. Well, I wasn't notified, as a matter of fact. I gave them an email address, I gave them a phone number, I offered to professionally be available to assist at any level with courteous language. Nothing. They went ahead, heard the matter, it's listed as being heard. They'll probably annul it again, but who knows. But I looked it up on the day as I was in the airport heading back to Sydney, and sure enough, yep, the case was heard. So I'm actually looking forward to seeing what happens next, because I'm fully armed and ready for war. They heard it in my absence, regardless of the fact that I sent 3 correspondents directly to the court and the Justice Department, informing them that I would be attending my dear father's funeral ceremony and was unable to attend court on the date they requested. They did respond via email, but they ignored pretty much everything I'd said to them. And as far as I'm aware, the matter was heard because it's listed as being heard online in my absence, as usual. And maybe there's a warrant out for my arrest. Who knows? It's not for my arrest anyway. It's for Mr. Claus, the good old straw man who constantly does naughty stuff. Anyway, I'll keep you posted on that. I did give them some pretty serious instructions and made them aware that that they're acting in fraud, and that I had no intention of contracting with them at any level again. And I'm very sure they know my stance on all of this, so I wouldn't be surprised if it just goes and disappears. We'll see. Yeah, so it's interesting for me to watch the progress of our AI development. I'm very aware that everyone's aware of AI, but the AI we're working with is hand built, hand trained. It has access to the internet within the boundaries of what we give it, but primarily we are producing agents, AI agents, who only have access to the parameters of knowledge and wisdom that we give them. So we do what's called grounding. We ground these agents in a specific knowledge set, and that could include, for example, the law and order one I'm describing. We've given that access to, I would suggest, 1,000 documents, and some of these documents include several pages, or even, up to 20 or 30. My affidavit, for example, that I put in there is 63 pages. So it's a vast quantum of data. We're teaching it how to speak in quantum grammar. Quantum grammar is something that means the same forwards and backwards, so it's a fact. No court can argue with quantum grammar. But look, I'm not going to go diving too deep into all the statistical anatomy of what's going on, but what I want you to understand is we've been promoting the knowledge set of law, common law of the land, into the grounding of law and order, the agent that we're building to help you guys deal with a lot of things. For the last 2 days, full time, maybe 10 hours, 8 hours a day, 2 men plus 1 remote, 3 men. And last night we had 4 men and a 5th came. So 5 men working pretty frantically on educating this agent to be ready to give to the people. And it's not a goal, it's a target, and we don't miss. So what I'm going to do with the help of all my brothers is provide access to very, very, very good quality, high level law help, legal help, for a simple $10 a month subscription, which you can drop out of whenever you want, if you want to. But literally, instead of needing to engage someone who's potentially, a specialist in a field, and that's it, like a family law lawyer or a criminal lawyer or a public prosecutor. They're all trained in their own field, but they have very little lateral knowledge when it comes to things that lay people need help with. And often I've seen in the past people get engaged with legal companies and they really just want to get paid, these legal people. They're looking for your money. We can give you a very, very broad spectrum of knowledge base through carefully designed parameters of law based on precedent and history and facts, meaning it will very rarely make any mistakes. And if it does, well, it's not the end of the world. We can certainly set you up with paperwork that can, we'd call it a big smackdown. You send out one of these documents or 2 of these documents to the Justice Department and CC the Attorney General and the Minister for Police and the local court that's hearing your matter. And when they see the list of people on the email, I've just done all this, by the way, you very rapidly get a response. I'll give you a quick example. I annexed or attached, depending on what language you want to use, I attached, I think, 5 vital pieces of information as evidentiary fact to their application for me to go to court, because it's an offer to contract, putting them on firm notice, first of all, that I didn't have any interest in contracting with them as the beneficiary of the surname clause, which I've told them before, blah, blah, blah. But I gave them an annexure list of 5 documents. They simply wrote back and said, thank you for your email. We're not a printing service. And if you want any of this information to be presented to the magistrate, you'll have to be here on the day. Well, no, it doesn't work like that. Unfortunately for you, you now have provided me an electronic receipt of service. And if you can't manage to show an attached digital document, these days it's pretty simple, no problem. I'll pull the meat and gravy out of these attachments and pop it into the body text of the email. So I did, and emailed it off again, and lo and behold, I got a rapid fire response again from the courthouse, saying the body text of your email will be handed up to His Honour on the day. So he knows what's coming his way. He is the trustee. He is responsible for managing the affairs of the matter with clean hands on the day. And to be honest with you, he can only deal with a fiction, a person, a corporation. He's only able to do commerce. I'm not interested in doing commerce unless the terms and conditions of the contract are agreed upon. Standard process. I've got to say, this podcasting is certainly not just about dramas with courts and the corporate world giving us a hard time, whilst we will be covering that sort of thing because it is a drama. I'm about to get on the boat with my mate Paul and the pontoon, I should say, and do a bit of river running. So these little AI cameras that we've got sitting here follow us all over the place. They're battery operated and they're high res, and they record everything. So we will take at least one, maybe 2 of them with us, and flip you a fun time. You'll have a good laugh. Paul's got the best dry sense of humour I've probably met in a long time. But we're both Monty Python gurus, and we love a little bit of comedy. So I'm sure we'll provide you with a lot of laughter time. And I look forward to sharing some river runs with you.